to Jackie's Literary Corner. I am Jackie, and I am here with a special guest.
Hello, I'm Terry, her best friend from Florida.
So I thought I have seen this quite a few times where people will pick their own, will have like their animals, their significant others, or their children pick their TBR. So I decided to have my best friend, while she was in town visiting, pick my TBR. So I'm gonna blindfold myself with this, although I don't know if it's dark enough.
Maybe I should blindfold you.
Yeah. Tara's gonna blindfold me, and
I'm gonna move around.
Because since I usually document a list of my books that I have on my shelves, she's gonna look at that and
Do you want me to do it
pick
now?
out. Yep.
Woo!
Okay. Oh,
You can't see.
that just fell.
Yep, I'll pick it up.
Okay.
Is that tight enough? Where it looks.
I know.
You look like a superhero, or like one of those villains.
Without a superhero, without the eye holes.
Okay, I think it's good.
Okay. So Terry is gonna go through that list,
The one that fell down over here.
and she's gonna pick me out 10 books.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick out 5
from my series
series
list.
and 5 of the regular books, so that is
Yeah.
series.
Okay, so
Let me see.
don't talk about it. Just go to the shelves
Okay.
and pick. And remember, there's some on that side too. Oh, let's see. What is she going to? Fortunately, I don't know how to do that thing that people do when they rewind. Fast forward. So this is gonna be a long video. So Terry, don't take too long.
Okay, I won't.
Oh, and she will show you the books as she picks them out. And then when she has all the books, I will look at them.
Hey, I've never done this before. So I'm gonna have to go over here now.
What? So, I want to tell you guys who you are for. I'll tell you what's going on. Terry, like I said, she's from Florida. And, this is really the only time, she can really come to visit me because of work and everything. You know how it is. You can't easily take off. So, and this weekend is SuperCon weekend, which is actually, I think, around the same, this is also the weekend of Comic-Con San Diego. And if you guys have sci-fi, it's actually on they're talking about it on sci-fi. They like all these specials and what's there, and this thing is, I feel like it's gonna fall off.
Uh-oh.
Did you knot it?
Yeah.
I'll just. And so and of course we are like those weirdos that love dressing up. Though I'm gonna be Oswald one day, and then I'm gonna be Belle from the animated Belle, because unfortunately I don't have the live action version. And then let's see, and the Doctor, of course, 10th Doctor. That's my favorite. Sorry guys, I did not realize that thing on the screen went black. We're gonna have to watch this back when it's done, just to make sure.
Sorry, Belle, I have to move you.
Yeah, I'm always knocking those guys down. I have Funko Pops on my shelf, which you've probably seen. And every time I reorganize my shelf, I tend to knock them down.
Sorry, I've never done this before.
Well, okay, I'm gonna have to open my eyes for a second and see what time and see what it says on the screen. Oh, okay, we're still good. I just don't want this video to be too long.
And of course, the book I want is at the very bottom.
Sorry.
That's alright, it's not your fault.
Well, it kind of is, because of how I organize my books. But then again, I don't know what kind of... So... This should be interesting.
I'm trying to find one series, but I can't find it over there.
Now, this is very interesting, because Terry and I have, as much as we both love reading, we do have different taste in books. Which, as I was telling her earlier when she first got here, that's the only reason why I get so frustrated with her, because I can't share books with her. And I can't buy her books, because she has to, which is understandable, you know. No matter how frustrated I get with her, I mean, I get it. Because it's, you know, you like what you like. And it also, you know, and there's things, everybody has their limits. And everybody has what they're comfortable with. So, are there any, well, I'm glad you guys here. Are there any things, if you want, share in the comments, you know, if you're picky, do you have a certain criteria? Are there things you don't like in books? Just feel free to share if you know, in the comment section below if there's any times when you're a little picky. Again, I'm sorry I can't do that thing where a lot of people when they edit they will like fast forward. They will be able to, I mean, maybe I could figure it out. And maybe it will help having Terry here to help me figure that out. Because I know there's an editing section on here when you upload your videos on BookTube. How many books?
I got 5 so far.
Okay, so she's got 5, and now she's gonna get 5 more books. So I decided to risk and go with 10, even though I'm going to be taking a class this fall. I mean, who knows? This list might go beyond the August and might go beyond August and September dates. Although I do have books that I want to read in October, including one of the books when I originally told her about this idea I had. One of the books I know she probably would have picked out for me, I am already going to be planning on reading it in October, and that is Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris.
One of the books I was trying to look for you, I can't find it. That's the bad thing. I know I can't tell you. For some reason I'm having trouble finding it.
Okay, well, I will tell you this, my classics are all the way at the top. My Literary Fiction is next. And then mixed with historical fiction, probably.
Oh, there's one that I was thinking of.
I'm gonna just look and see.
Whoa! Sorry, Pennywise. He fell on my arm.
Well, you don't have any teeth marks on it, do you?
No.
Okay.
But at least I caught him. I didn't let him fall down and hurt himself.
Yeah. So it's amazing. I think we're still good. We're still good time-wise.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very worried. I don't want this video to be too long. So I'm very nervous about letting her, if she might, since she's new at this, I was a little worried about the timing and everything. But so far, we're good. And so far, my scarf is staying up. I guess because you put it in a knot, so that probably helps keep it up. But it can still fall off my face. But it was darker, and it was one of my skinnier scarves, so this one I grabbed. So do you now have 6 books?
Yep.
Yep. So she's gotta get 4 more books.
Just the problem I'm having is I'm seeing books, but I'm not sure if you have it written on here.
Yeah, that's the other thing. There is a possibility that some of them aren't.
Here's one.
Some of them might not be written on there because you know how I was going, because the used bookstore is like a 10-minute walk. And even though I was trying by not going to the library as much, trying not to maybe go through my own collection of books, the problem is that it kind of, even though I wasn't utilizing my library, I was utilizing the used bookstore. And, there's not a lot to do where I live, except for, I cannot physically drive. It's part of my disabilities. So any other form of shopping, that's close to me is driving distance. And then the village, their shopping is it's not cheap for one. It's not exactly my style. It's a little bit an older clientele. And as I've said in the past, I don't buy stuff online. My mom usually will make the online purchases for me. But she's thinking about changing. I think she's thought about changing that, though. One day, because, one day I'm gonna hopefully live on my own, or at least preferably with roommates, because I cannot afford to live on my own. Yep, this thing is barely staying up. Lay by my side and we'll sail away off to the shores of another day. 'Cause you and I don't know those words that well for some reason. I haven't tried to sing that. I will try to sing that song to the babies in my life, like my nephews and my cousins' little babies. And it does not. Over here.
I got 7.
That's still good.
Looks like I'm having trouble with Siri. Oh, there's actually something there I was thinking of. Okay, one more.
Oh, yeah, down to one more. So, if you guys are curious, my bookshelf is organized, as I was saying earlier, it's organized by classics as the very top. I have literary fiction, then historical fiction, and then at the bottom.
Uh-oh, I'm making trouble over here.
Oh, she's making trouble for my bookshelf.
We'll have to fix it back up.
Yeah, I'll have to fix it. That's the problem with having books at the top. Well, I'll fix that.
7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, guys, over here. Okay. Let me carry them. Geez, it's a lot of books.
I hope you didn't try to carry them all at once.
Oh! Yes, I did.
Okay.
I got all
Why'd
these
you do that?
books.
Okay, let's see. Alright.
You can hold them all.
Okay, let's see what she picked out for me.
Whoa.
Oh, okay, well, actually, this is what I need to finish. So this first book is Roses that she picked out for me. This is historical fiction. It's compared to Gone with the Wind. And it is about Texas families and how their plantation is cursed. And that the people that, the family members that kind of run the plantation tend to become obsessed with it. And it becomes their priority. So, tell me, why'd you pick this one?
Well, I like the name. Because it looked interesting. Roses.
Well, it definitely is interesting from all that I've read so far. And I do need to finish it. See, as you can see, I've already...
No, what it was is I was trying to find the next series of the of that one that's about the elves, but I couldn't find the last one. It was written on there, and I was trying to look for it, and I couldn't find it because that was one of the series that I was trying to find.
Let me see.
The Court of Roses, or the
Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yeah, that series I was trying to find.
Well, they're actually fairies.
Okay, fairies. Well, I was trying to
same
find
family, but
fairies. I was trying to find the last one, the one that you didn't have checked off, and I was having trouble finding it.
I might not. I don't.
Oh, that's
I
why.
have that one.
Okay.
Because I haven't bought them. Because you guys, I have not bought a Court of Frost and Starlight. I still have not bought it.
Okay, that's the one I was looking for.
She went.
Okay.
She's gonna pick that one.
Okay.
I have not bought it.
Okay.
So.
Well, at least I have one of her books, Sarah J. Maas.
And here's the next one. Yes, I need to read this one.
Let me hold these.
This is.
There's so many of them.
It's funny the books you chose, because some of them I do need to read.
Well, there you go. It's like I can read your mind.
This is the 5th book, and I'm, Selena, or Aylin, I should say. Aylin and her friends are at war, I guess, with the other, and Kale's not in this one.
Now, are they fairies on there?
Yeah, she writes about fairies.
So that book does have fairies in it?
Yeah. It's
okay.
The fairies aren't like traditional Celtic fairies.
But it's not as romantic on that one?
It's romantic, but it's like, there's quite a bit of sex, for one thing.
Oh, so, well, the other one kind of has sex in it, too, in some ways.
Well, yeah, all her books have.
Okay.
The funny thing is...
That's why it's not really considered YA.
Yeah, I mean, but...
Even though it does seem like YA, but it has sex.
Yeah, as I'm sure you guys know, that this is a lot of times in bookstores that is in the YA section.
Even though it's...
But it's very new adult.
Very mature.
But there is, it's funny because one of the things that people find amusing about Sarah J. Maas's writing is her approach to sex scenes, how she writes them.
Mm.
But I also don't really pay attention to those. I just kind of gloss over the sex scenes.
And there is some authors who are YA, and they also write romance novels. Because I can't remember her name, but there was one author that I've read her romance novels, and I like them, and she also does YA. And you've read her YA.
Yeah, the cast.
The
mother and daughter, PC and Kristen Cast.
Yeah.
Although, ironically, I kind of lost interest in that.
Oh, okay. Well, she writes YA and romance novels.
Yeah, so she's gotten into her romance adult novels,
Yeah.
and I've moved on from the House of Night series. Okay, so since I have this one here, the next one she picked out is another one I need to read, but look at this chunker. As I've said before, this is a huge book, but I do need to read it. This is Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas, and funnily enough, I am thinking about participating this coming August, this next month. I'm going to participating in the read-along of the Three Musketeers with Rincey reads. So, I guess I'm going to read in two. Maybe one right after the other. So I'll probably read Three Musketeers first, and then read this one. So... well, this one, let me just go and tell you guys that this is about this guy. He's a sailor, and his best friend essentially betrays him, and he's imprisoned I can't remember what the prison is called, but then he escapes and decides to seek revenge and, creates a whole new identity for himself and teams up with, I think he's a pirate. And that is not from reading the back of the book. It is actually from watching the movie starring Jim Caviezel. But, and I have been wanting to read it. It's just a really long book.
Okay, and here's someone that everybody knows.
Stephen King. Yes, I did want to restart this series because I have read the first 3 books, but I forgot everything because I read them so sporadically, and I have been wanting to reread this series. So, and I was thinking about that. So this is very convenient. This is Stephen King's The Dark Tower series. You have our gunslinger character, and he is hunting down the man in black in the Dark Tower. And he ends up teaming with a group of people from different worlds, like this teenage boy, and then this man that's probably is our age, and then this young woman who, I think she's a split personality, and she I think she's also in a wheelchair, if I remember correctly. And they are they're helping him on his quest to find the man in black and find the Dark Tower. And from what I do remember, it was a really cool series. The 3rd book I really loved, the one with the train, that loved riddles. And I swear, I don't know why, maybe it's because of my nephew, but I kept, with the train in the 3rd book, in the Wastelands, I kept associating him with Thomas the Tank Engine. I don't know why.
That would be one scary Thomas.
Well, actually, my Larissa's nephews, she took them to, there was a bigger version of Thomas that you could ride, and that's how I pictured the train in the 3rd book. Okay, next, another one I've been wanting to read. This is The Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood. It is about a mother and a daughter, and their dysfunctional relationship. And I have seen the movie of this, that's why I bought the book, because I loved the movie and I wanted to read the book. Again, another book. Like she just said, she reads my mind, apparently.
Then, this one, we were actually talking about this book.
Yep.
And that's actually why I chose it. Because...
This is about the author who wrote one of my favorite children's books, The Velveteen Rabbit. And I saw it at the bookstore. And it's like I said, the used bookstore sometimes has some nice gems in there. So, I bought this. Oh, and it's $16.95 if it was a buy at the regular store. So, I wanted to read this.
How much was it at the used bookstore?
Probably like between $3 and $4.
Wow.
So,
that is cheap.
Yeah, see, that's why I have a problem. Because the most expensive book is like $4 or $5.
So it's easy to get them.
Yeah, I mean, you can easily buy like hardback books for that much. Okay, next,
and that's based on a TV series.
Yeah, well,
actually, no, the
TV series is based
off of that. Yeah, duh.
I finally bought this book because I saw it when we first moved here, and I was like, oh, I'll get it some other time. And I never got around to it, and then I saw it the other day, and I was like, okay, I need to get this. And because it's all dark, by the way, this is The Handmaid's Tale.
And that's set in a different future, right?
Yeah, it's a dystopian.
Yeah. Because that's what someone told me online, because I saw a picture of Brent Spiner with 2 cosplayers who were dressed as characters.
Yeah, I'm the one who told you.
Yeah, you were the one who told me. And at first I got it confused, and I thought The Handmaid's Tale was set back in the past. But then she told me that it was set in the future, so I got that wrong.
Which is funny. You could see it in the past because of what it's about. It's like women are turned into breeders,
and that's what happened in the past.
Yeah, so it's sadly not different.
Yeah.
And actually, I just found out that Margaret Atwood is teaching a master class online on writing, which is really cool. So if you guys are interested. Okay, so next, another one that I started and I have been wanting to read it. This is one of the ones that I think Jen Campbell on here, her channel, I think she was the one who talked about this book. And I had bought it at Barnes & Noble around the time that I had my appointment to get these. And I saw it there, and so I started it, that's my problem. I start books and then I don't come back to them for a while because, like, I'm just not in the mood or something, or I have so many other books. So.
Oh, and this one looks really nice. I'm sure it's interesting.
One of my nonfiction reads, and that is about Marie Antoinette, the famous princess I don't know if she's a princess or if she'd be considered a princess or a queen. But she's the one who's all supposedly said, let them eat cake to the peasants. But I've been wanting, because I've always been interested in France. And, you know, I've been there before, and so I've, over a period of time, I have been trying to read more books that take place in France. And I've not read any nonfiction yet, so this is my first nonfiction.
I just felt bad for her because she was a really young teenager when she was forced to take over. And it's like, imagine yourself 12, 13 years old and having to run a kingdom, and you don't...
Is that how she was? Like,
13? I just know she was a teenager. And then, basically, things were already going bad in that kingdom, and it was just all thrown on her. I guess she was an easy scapegoat, as you call it. She was someone that was easily...
Like Rumpel.
Yeah, like Rumpel. You could easily blame her. You could say, oh, it's her fault. So I just felt really bad for her.
Very naive.
Yeah.
It's a very sad story because, you know, and she got her head cut off.
Yeah.
And
and she was even nice. I read it. It said that whenever she was going up there to be killed, she was actually nice, you know, to the people who were going to kill her.
And there's actually, I recently, last year, or it might have been in 2016, I read the book Revolution by Jennifer Donnelly, where it's this young modern young woman in our time, who's studying this famous, I think it was that one, this famous, it's this famous performer who influences modern day music, and then in the middle of the book, she goes to France to live with her dad because her parents are divorced, and at one point in the book, she does go back in time, and to that time period, and starts spending time with the actual musician, and then she gets mixed up in the whole, being the one who kind of helps Marie Antoinette's young son when he's in prison, you know, kind of makes him feel better and, you know, not as terrified. It's a good book.
If only that could have really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was sad about the children. They didn't, jeez, all these people, they didn't do nothing wrong. Yeah. And then I love these kind of books, the way it looks.
And this one, we were just talking about this, I just learned that she also loves Deckled Edges. This, again, another one that I've started that I, you know, got excited about, but then I stepped back from it because there were other books I needed to read. Is that all the books?
Yeah, it's 10 of them.
Okay, just making sure. So this is about this widow, and her husband dies in the beginning of the book, and she takes her son to, I think, Scotland, and she hears about this legend of this Essex serpent, and I believe there's also a romance in the book too.
Romance is always good.
Yep. See, I do like romance in my books. I just, as I've told her multiple
times. I know, she just doesn't want it to be the focus, the main focus.
But even if I did read Twilight, that I like Twilight.
But you like YA, so that explains why you like Twilight.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Okay, so that, I guess, will be my TBR for the next 2 months.
Sorry for taking so long, by the way, and looking for the books. That was my first time looking for 10 books, so
I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, then give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys are enjoying your own reading, and Terry will appear in a few other videos later this week while she's here. And I will talk to you guys later. Alright, bye.